It's never easy to compare three IEMs at a time. It's much easier to compare two at a time. They are straightforward comparisons. But in this video, we are looking at three high quality IEMs at three different price ranges with different signatures. That is kind of interesting and uh, exciting at the same time. These are relatable IEMs but have different kind of signature because of some preferences. First, I have the DUNU Falcon Ultra. This one is the most detailed IEM of this lot, most detail oriented IEM, accuracy and precision oriented IEM of this lot of these three. Yet this one has a V-shaped signature that can be very difficult to handle at some point of times, because it can be a bit on the flatter and slightly sharper, slightly thinner side, which can make the whole experience a bit more challenging, a bit more attention grabbing, a bit more forward. So this is a slightly tricky IM. Those who like details, clarity and transparency, extra bit of definition and resolution will love this one. If we talk about the cable, this one doesn't have the best cable. You guys can see unruly kind of cable. They are memory prone and it barely has any discipline to it. So yeah, the memory issues. It's a bouncy cable, and these IEMs too are a bit on the heavier side. Yeah, these are fairly comfortable. No issues when it comes to comfort or anything like that. Quality is good, modular cable, but yes, the cable isn't exactly great. The second one of this lot is the QoA Adonis New. This is the latest addition to my inventory, and this one has one 9.2 mm dynamic driver and two BA drivers, priced at $180, $40 less than the Falcon Ultra. Yet I somehow down the line find this to be a more complete, a more pleasing IEM than the Falcon Ultra. Third, but not the least, we will look into the ISN Neo 3. Before that, let me talk about the cable. This one is the best cable, best behaved cable of this lot. This one too is a modular cable, but as you guys can see, this one barely has much issues if I put it in a wrong way. This is the right orientation of the cable, and this is the wrong orientation of the cable. Yet you guys will see that it is not being as unruly as the DUNU Falcon Ultra cable. Third, as I said, third but not the least is the ISN Neo 3. This one is the most well equipped IEM of this lot. It has one DD and three, I think three BA drivers, and this is the most expensive of this lot, priced at $280. You guys can see this one doesn't have a cable guide, and very good comfort too. The largest of the lot. Let me compare it with the Adonis New so that you guys can see. Yeah, taller, not wider, but similarly deeper. Not wider, but taller. The volume of the Neo 5 is around 15% more than the Adonis New. So yeah, this one is slightly larger, but none of these IEMs have any comfort issues. So you are not going to struggle with any of this. And the cable too is decent. This is slightly on the bouncy side. The layering on the cable isn't very soft, yet this is a good cable. I like this cable. SC4 is supposed to be a very good cable. This cable in its own retails at $50. So yeah, it is not a bad cable at all, and these cables are good cables. No issues with that, and you guys can see carry cases are very decent too. Let's start with the sound quality. As I had already mentioned that DUNU Falcon Ultra, I will do one IEM at a time. DUNU Falcon Ultra is a well balanced IEM that has a V shape. That is fairly interesting because mild W shape, yet it has a V shaped signature. It is very good across the spectrum, but there are a few problems with this IM. First of all, it is not very entertaining IM. Okay, the sub bass is good, well extended, very well rumbly too, but the mid bass is not exactly voluminous and can be slightly lacking if you compare with these two IMs. This is a bass head IM, this is a kind of bassy IM. So when I compare this two with this one, it kind of lacks with the body, that extra bit of weight behind the notes and the area of impact too. Yet this is very good when it comes to dynamics and layered delivery, no issues there. So it is good, but lacking, kind of lacking when it comes to the bass volume and bass punch. If we look into the mid range, it is very accurate and very precise, and that is where the problem creep in. It kind of feels slightly sharper than it should be. If you are a detailed and accuracy oriented listener, then this is the perfect IM for you. But if you are not exactly looking for the extra bit of resolution and definition and energy in the finishing region, this might feel slightly aggressive. Not slightly, this one is a aggressive IM. It is kind of attention grabbing, it has the bite, it has the extra bit of aggression, it has the extra bit of forwardness that can feel a bit more bothering. Even though it is not very sharp, that there are some hint of sharpness, and even though it is very good with female vocals, the male vocals can feel slightly thinner. Okay, the instruments beyond the upper mid range can be slightly on the sharper, a bit too sparkly and aggressive side, which is not the case with both of these IEMs. What it has is a bit of brightness that some of us enjoy and some of us don't. So it is kind of a personal preference, but if you are looking for a very detailed, highly resolving IEM, you can definitely consider this. This is a high quality IEM. I like it a lot. If we talk about the Adonis New, why I consider this as the as one of the best IEM under $200 is because it has very good sub bass extension. I like the uh, sub bass rumble, very good punch, very good mid bass body too. It has the weight behind it and it is well rounded. It is not thin or lacking weight like the Falcon Ultra, and not bassy, bass head level bassy like the Neo 5. So the Adonis New has the best balance of this lot. It is not very big with the area of impact, but it has the weight behind the notes. It has the extra bit of rumble, the extra bit of resolution, extra bit of vibration to it that kind of feels very entertaining, very engaging. Yes, it does not lack the dynamics. Let me be clear here. None of these three IEMs lack dynamics. So that is a fantastic thing. We are moving in the right direction here. The dynamic abilities of this IEM is very good too, while resolving very good amount of details. The level of texture and layered delivery is there too. If we move on to the mid range, there too, what was lacking with the Falcon Ultra was the extra bit of the required amount of smoothness. It was a bit too aggressive while presenting the notes, even the vocals and everything, which is not the case with the Adonis New. It has the required amount of poise and extra bit of smoothness, the required amount of smoothness, which gives it the right amount of timbre, and the tonality is fantastic, very, very neutral. While I was comparing it with something like the Delcy, I found this to be slightly hard-edged, but at this point of time, this one sounds like the most mature sounding IEM of this lot because of the required amount of smoothness with the upper mid-range. The sharpness is not there, and it is a lot more comfortable in the upper mid-range, which gives it the edge. While it has the required amount of resolution and definition. It does not feel it is way too agitated or aggressive with that presentation. And if we talk about the triple, it has very similar kind of extension compared to this two IEMs. So it is not lacking with the triple. Very good sparkle, very good definition, very good details too. I do not feel like there is a single bit of issue with the clarity or anything like that. Very good layering, very good air between instruments. I will talk about the stage at the end. If we move on to the ISN Neo 5, as I have already mentioned, I find this to be one of the best base head IEMs under $500, priced at $300. This one has one of the best base movement. Okay, if you haven't watched my Neo 5 review, you should, because I have explained a bit more there too. But if you are not willing to, this is the short summary kind of review of the ISN Neo 5. We get one of the best sub bass rumble, best body. And what happens with the Neo 5 is that when a bass note hits, it explodes in every direction. While this one moves in, this one moves up, this one moves the air all around the note. So the movement of air, the movement of the note with the Neo 5 is fantastic. Very good bass feel. Okay, it has the area of impact, big area of impact, and big weight behind the notes, and it is a complete bass head kind of IM that is not very woolly, not lacking the weight either. Has very good dynamics too, and the resolution and definition is intact. It is slightly on the slow side, but it is very well resolving. The layered delivery is there, and the amount of feel that this IEM delivers is kind of unmatched under $500. Now moving on to the mid-range, that is where this IEM is slightly interesting. Vocals are a bit on the smoother side. They do not have the extra bit of aggression, but the upper mid has a bit of aggression with this IEM, which was not available with the Adonis New, and that kind of uh, extra bit of aggression is available with the Falcon Ultra. So this one is kind of similar with the Falcon Ultra when it comes to the upper mid region, kind of giving it the extra bit of clarity, not as much as the Falcon Ultra, but yeah, there is a bit of extra bit of energy in the upper mid region that kind of emulates extra bit of clarity and resolution and transparency, but can feel slightly out of place when we look at the overall signature of warmth and slightly thicker feeling with the uh, whole spectrum. If we move on to the triple, it is good, fairly inoffensive, nicely extended, lacking energy in the upper treble region, very good sparkle and energy in the lower and mid treble region. So it is a well rounded IEM that is not offensive or anything. The only downside is that upper mid region where it has slight bit of extra energy that can be tackled if you EQ it. So yeah, no issues there. Very well balanced pacey IEM. Okay, if we talk about the stage, these two IEMs are very similar with the stage. This one has a bit more sonic presence. Okay, the cue placement and stuff are slightly better with the Falcon Ultra, but the Adonis New has the better average density of instruments. This one is very good when it comes to filling up the stage. This one is slightly more airy. The transient effects are a bit more transparent with this one, but this one is very good with the reverb. The extra bit of reverb that it brings in with the stage is very cohesive. Yet the biggest stage is with the ISN Neo 5. It has the biggest stage. It is the most expensive IM of this lot, and it has the biggest stage of this set of IMs. It has everything we need in a $300 IM. Very good transient effects, a bit of extra reverb too, and yes, the notes are not very precise or very tight, but they have very good transient effects too. So all in all, All these three are fantastic IEMs for their asking price. So pick the one that is closest to your preference. So this is it, guys. This is my comparison of Falcon Ultra, Adonis New, and ISN Neo 5. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy.